Chapter 6. Things can always get worse. Do not contemplate what lies beyond failure while you are still trying to succeed. Nikola Tesla. Two-leggeds do not perceive things whole. Despite how whites often act, we are not gods but wounded creatures. Our minds are but cracked lenses, capable only of fractured perceptions. I frowned. Once again, my life refused to be life-sized. I had an hour to save the world. I shook my head. Even in the white man's movies, heroes had at least 2 hours to do that. My companions were silent at death's pronouncement. Silence has an echo, more loud and hollow than any tremors of any sounds. Silence reminds you that the great silence awaits you, and now maybe it awaited the world. Abby interrupted my brooding. Guys, I don't want to be a wet blanket or anything, but we are a little outnumbered to save us, much less the world." I flicked my eyes to her. A wise warrior knows that sometimes to win you must change battlefields. She rolled her eyes. "The whole damn world is the battlefield. Where else is there?" I looked up to the sky, and Abby snorted. "And just how do we get up there?" I grew cold inside at the knowledge of what I must attempt once more. I can get up there. Shadow heard the change in my voice and husked. "Do not dare sacrifice yourself when I have just found you." Tesla said, "Do not contemplate what lies beyond failure while you are still trying to succeed. Besides, we can get up there as well." Risking cliché, I said, "How?" Tesla shivered. "There is a starcraft half buried in Tanis." Abby scowled. "How do you know that?" "In 1895, I was with Captain McCord when he discovered it." Shadow frowned. "Then why has not the Egyptian government utilized it against Israel?" Tesla shook his head. "They did not, for they could not. It was the starship which brought Bast." Abby cocked her head. "Bast, as in the meow-meow, cat-headed ancient Egyptian Bast?" Tesla smiled slightly. "The very one, little princess." "You're shitting me," Tesla sighed. "For a little princess, your language is atrocious." "Hey, I'm being PG-13 here." Tesla sighed deeper as Abby brightened up. "It's a for-real spaceship?" Tesla nodded. "Alas, the star drive is minus an energy source." Abby slapped her arms along her sides. "Thank you, Lucy, for showing us the football only to snatch it away." Tesla and I frowned, and Abby snapped. "Geez, no one reads the classics anymore?" Tesla held up the canister, containing the sizzling essence of the Wendigo in it. "But I believe I hold a possible replacement." Shadow's jade eyes narrowed. "Is this mere conjecture, Tesla? Or do you have some concrete ideas?" Tesla stroked the Wendigo's prison. "The moment one constructs a device to carry into practice a crude idea, he finds himself unavoidably engrossed with the details of the apparatus. As he goes on improving and reconstructing, his force of concentration diminishes and he loses sight of the great underlying principle. I do not rush into actual work. When I get an idea, I start at once building it up in my imagination. I change the construction, make improvements, and operate the device in my mind. It is absolutely immaterial to me whether I run my turbine in thought or test it in my shop. I even note if it is out of balance." I said, "You had best rush this time, wizard. We have less than an hour to empower this starcraft, see if it has any weapons we can use against our enemies, and launch our attack." Tesla laughed. "Oh, I have devised the most detailed procedure to start the craft. Now all we have to do is beat Bast to it." Shadow exclaimed. "What?" Tesla shrugged. "Bast resides within Meloris. She overheard the captain talking with me and promptly disappeared. I fear she is already within her craft. We will have to overcome her defenses." Abby groaned. "Oh, that's just great. Any other surprises you've left out? Tesla made a face. I fear she does not like humans, except as meals. Shadow frowned. So this alien Bast repays McCord's generosity by deserting him. I smiled sadly. Maybe not. Perhaps she just wanted a fast horse, so to speak, in which to escape should circumstances become worse. Abby made a face. Worse than the end of the world? Tesla said, As I have learned journeying with Captain McCord, things can always get worse. Why, thank you so much, Mary Sunshine, said Abby. A disturbing question occurred to me, and I asked it of Tesla. Why has the Egyptian government not been able to use Bast's starcraft against Israel? Tesla shook his head. Besides Bast, only one who is both dead and alive can breach the barrier guarding the starship. As one, our eyes sought out Abby's, as she blew out her cheeks and groaned. Oh, yeah, throw the kid under the bus.